ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶುದ್ಧಸ್ಫಟಿಕ ಸಂಕಾಶಂ ಶುದ್ಧ ವಿದ್ಯಾಪ್ರದಾಯಕಂ ಶುದ್ಧಂ ಪೂರ್ಣಂ ಚಿದಾನಂದಂ ಸದಾಶಿವಮಹಂ ಶ್ರಯೇ ಶಂಖಾರೂಪೇಣ ಮಚ್ಚಿತ್ತಂ ಪಂಕೀಕೃತಮಭೂದ್ಯಯ ಕಿಂ ಕರೀಯಸ್ಯ ಸಾಮಾಯ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಮಾಶ್ರಯೇ ಸದಾಶಿವಸಮಾರಂಭಾಂ ಶಂಕರಾಚಾರ್ಯಮಧ್ಯಮಾಂ ಅಸ್ಮದಾಚಾರ್ಯಪರ್ಯಂತಾಂ ವಂದೇ ಗುರುಪರಂಪರಾಂ ಭಾರತೀ ಕರುಣಾಪಾತ್ರಂ ಭಾರತೀ ಪದಭೂಷಣಂ ಭಾರತೀ ಪದಮಾರೂಢಂ ಭಾರತೀ ತೀರ್ಥಮಾಶ್ರಯೇ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಿನಯ ಸಂಪನ್ನಂ ವೀತರಾಗಂ ವಿವೇಕಿನಂ ವಂದೇ ವೇದಾಂತ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಂ ವಿಧುಶೇಖರ ಭಾರತೀಂ ಮಾಲಾಸುಧಾಕುಂಭವಿಬೋಧಮುದ್ರಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾವಿರಾಜತ್ಕರವಾರಿಜಾತಾಂ ಅಪಾರಕಾರುಣ್ಯಸುಧಾಂಬುರಾಶಿಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಶಾರದಾಂಬಾಂ ಪ್ರಣತೋಸ್ಮಿ ನಿತ್ಯಂ. ಓಂ. Today we will take up Karma Yoga and Upasana Yoga. Till now we saw Purushartha, fourfold human goals, and how our scriptures, Shastram, helps us in accomplishing these human goals. Shastras prescribe infrastructure, that is Varna and Ashrama scheme for accomplishment of human goals. Now we will see a course of discipline which is once again essential for the accomplishment of human goals. Course of discipline is sadhana. Sadhana to accomplish the goals. Goal is sadhyam in Sanskritam. One takes to these disciplines to achieve sadhyam. The person who takes this sadhana is called sadhaka. Through sadhana he achieves sadhyam. Once he accomplishes sadhyam, he is known as siddha. So sadhaka to siddha is our life journey. The entire course of discipline sadhana is divided, classified into threefold or three levels or three segments, each called yoga: karma yoga, upasana yoga and jnana yoga. The ultimate goal is moksha purushartham. The first three, dharma, artha, kama, which are prayers, which are also important, but as far as the scriptural literature is concerned, the primary goal for a human being is moksha purushartham, freedom. That is the ultimate goal. Now karma yoga is proper action with proper attitude. Attitude is state of mind, that is bhavana. Our scriptures divide all our actions into three categories: satvika karma, uttama karma, the best; rajasa karma, madhyama karma, that is mediocre; and tamasa karma, adhama karma, which is to be abolished, which is to be given off immediately. Now we will see three. Satvika karma, compulsory actions. Here there is no question of whether one likes these actions or not. It is not desire driven action, it is a compulsory action. If you like these actions, it is wonderful. If you don't like it, you better learn to like, because they are compulsory. These are not based on our likes and dislikes. Therefore they are nishkama karma, where my likes and dislikes are not important, not considered. Why these actions are compulsory? They primarily contribute to my spiritual growth. That is the maximum benefit one can attain by doing all these actions. Benefits are all subtle, internal benefits. They are not tangible, they are not visible. They are not meant for material growth like money, family, wealth, status, children, etc. Primarily these are the actions through which one can improve in spiritual life. What are these karmas? prescribed by our scriptures. These karmas prescribed by scriptures are called paropakara karma, sattvika karma or paropakara karma. That is where the beneficiaries are the maximum. It is not done for the benefit of myself and my family, but for the society at large, people at large. What are they? Scriptures say Panchamaha Yajna, for inner spiritual growth. Especially it is very important for a spiritual seeker. First one is Deva Yajna. Deva Yajna is worship of God, Ishvara, in any form, either by doing homam or yajna or doing puja, japa, going to a temple and worship Bhagavan there, or doing some service in temples and all those. These are all Deva Yajna. One may do puja at home in an elaborate manner, or like Panchayatana puja, or even when you don't find time, you are time pressed for office or for business and all those, at least you have an Ishta Devata picture. Lord Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Mahavishnu, any one of, or Devi, any one of these deities, you can have a picture, simple picture in front of you, and with utmost sincerity one can make a prayer. Small prayer will do. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. By sincere most mind, if you do, it does a lot of good for the whole society, not only in this world but also in other lokas, animals, plants, etc. So this is most extensive one but least expensive form of worship, prayer. So this is Deva Yajna. Then Pitri Yajna, worship of our parents and forefathers. If parents are alive, do service, respect them, take care of them. If they are not with us, if they are deceased, one has to do Pitri Karma like Tarpanam or Shraddham, etc. They are compulsory. So all these actions are compulsory. Brahma Yajna, worship of scriptures and scriptural literatures, and worship of rishis, those who have given us the scriptures. We have to read all the scriptural literature like Bhagavad Gita, Uddhava Gita, Vishnu Sahasranamam, Lalita Sahasranamam, so many Parayanams we can do. And the best thing is you learn Veda. You have to chant Veda. Veda Adhyayanam and Veda Parayanam is the best form of Brahma Yajna. Many people do Brahma Yajna as part of Sandhyandaram, Madhyanikam also, as a Nitya Karma. Daily they will do, ritual. It is also a form of worshipping our rishis. Manushya Yajna, service to humanity. All types of service, all types of social service where the beneficiaries are human beings. I don't need to elaborate this because all of us are aware of this. But the negative side of this, many people think that by doing Manushya Yajna, by helping fellow human beings, they feel that they need not do any other Yajna. They need not go to temples, they need not do Deva Yajna, they need not do Pitri Yajna. They all feel that doing service to human beings is very much sufficient and they are satisfied. It is not true. All yajnas are very important. They are not alternative ones. They cannot be substituted. We have to do everything to get Chitta Suddhi. Because see, in order to understand our real self, we need very pure mind and also a mind which can concentrate for long time. So for these important aspects of mind, one has to do Karma Yoga and Upasana Yoga. By doing all these Panchamaha Yajna, one can find the mind is getting purer. So that is the objective of Karma Yoga. Bhuta Yajna, the last one, taking care of all other beings, living beings like animals, cows, etc. Plants also, flowers and fauna. If you cannot plant a tree in a bigger scale, at least we can plant some tulasi plant in our house and water them, take care of them, and do not harm any animal, do not kill any animal for satisfying our taste buds. So we have to practice vegetarianism. We should not promote non-vegetarian. We have to promote vegetarianism, so that ahimsa paramo dharmaha is very, very important and uttama guna. Ahimsa, not doing any harm, not only to human beings but also to any of the animals, insects also. Because all beings in this creations are Bhagavan's creation, and all of us have to coexist. All these 5 actions where karmas are sattvika karma and benefit many others. It is not going to benefit me and my family alone. I may also be included, but generally it is for the benefit of all the other people. How big or small these should be done will depend on the availability of time, availability of resources, convenience, etc. of the person. So it is not uniformly, it cannot be uniformly advised, it cannot be uniformly practiced by everyone. It depends, but we have to do. All these sattvika karma can be humorously defined as that which we generally drop whenever we are more busy. We drop it. Because we don't find any tangible, visible benefit, and people consider it is a mere waste of time. If I do some useful job, I can get money for that particular job. So because we are all materialistic, unfortunately now, so we find that all these yajnas, deva yajna, that is prayer, doing sandhyandanam every day, is all waste of time. I will give any amount of excuse for not doing. So if I find anything little extra required, I will drop this. We should not do that. A mature, subtle mind will understand that I am getting an invisible benefit, inner growth. A tremendous inner growth is taking place, helping me to climb up the scriptural ladder. So one has to do maximum extent of this Panchamaha Yajna, Sattvika Karma. The second is Rajasam Karma. This is Paraudasana Karma, where these actions in which I ignore others' interest, it is purely selfish, self-centric one, me and my family. They are desire prompted actions. They are not compulsory as advised by scriptures. As far as our scriptures are concerned, these actions, they are called sakama karma because they are selfish, desire driven actions. They are not compulsory, but they are not banned also, they are not prohibited also. A person can fulfill or he need not do these actions. If a person decides to do, he has to do it in a legitimate manner and in moderate quantity, without corruption. Scriptures themselves prescribe number of such sakama karma, like rituals for getting money, for getting land, for getting rain, children, etc. These are madhyama karma, mediocre karmas. Primarily they contribute to self growth, that is personal material growth, and no contribution or very, very little contribution to spiritual growth. So the scriptures say, if you want, you can do, or you can decide not to do this also. If you do it with a limited extent. Now, the third form is tamasa karma. This is nishiddha karma. These are prohibited actions. Actions will take me away from spiritual growth, and they will cause spiritual downfall also. All wrong actions, cheating, violence, telling lies, all these actions, they are all adhama karma. Therefore, one should stop immediately, and one should avoid doing all these karmas in future also. So all these above are proper actions. And now we will see what is proper attitude, with this state of mind. Anything is born out of proper understanding, then only we will know, we will understand the principle, and then only we will understand why we should do these karmas. Whenever I do an action, it becomes part of the universe. Once I perform an action, it has left my hand and it has left my control. It has become part of universe. All the universal laws start acting on my action. Suppose I drop a pen from my hand, it drops and sometimes it breaks also. So here, dropping the pen is my action. Once the pen is dropped from my hand, the law of gravitational force takes over and subsequent reactions happen. So all these universal laws are acting on my action. The moment I do an action, universal laws take place. Similarly, for other actions also, universal laws process my actions, and then the result is given back to me by the universal laws as a karma phalan. All these universal laws are nothing but tools in the hands of Lord Bhagavan, because he has created this whole universe and he has to maintain this universe also. Therefore, he has number of tools in his hand. All these laws, whether known or unknown, all the laws are tools in Bhagavan's hand. So all my actions are processed by universal laws, means Bhagavan, and then the processed actions are given back to me in the form of result, which is karma phalan. Because it is given by Bhagavan, I take this as a prasada. It is not just a karma phalan, but I have to take it as prasada because it is processed and given to me by Bhagavan, none other than Bhagavan. All our actions are processed by Ishvara. So every action becomes offering to Bhagavan. So if I understand this law of karma, the principle behind, so whatever actions I do, it is all submitted, it is all given to Bhagavan. Ishwararpana bhavanaya. So I have to do all my actions with Ishwararpana bhavana. That is, I offer my services to Bhagavan, I offer my actions to Bhagavan, and whatever the result which is given by Bhagavan is a prasada. Therefore, I don't have any reservation, I cannot reject, I cannot complain over the results. When you receive karma phalan, it is processed by Bhagavan, therefore it has to be accepted with reverence. So, with a sense of fulfillment also. While doing action, Ishwararpana bhavana, and while receiving the result, phalan, Ishvara prasada bhavana. This is called yoga. These two. This is proper attitude, mindset, bhavana. So this karma yoga will purify my mind, and over a period of time I can realize the progress in my spiritual growth. Because unless you have the backing, support of mind, you cannot do any action properly. So the mind should be as pure as possible. So it is not an object where I can use some washing powder or soap or anything, apply that and purify every time. It is not possible. It is very, very subtle One doesn't know where our mind exists, but the mind is one which drives all our actions. The whole universe is driven by the mind. So mind is very important. Therefore, we have to keep it as pure as possible. Karma yoga is more relevant for grihasthashramis, that is for family people. Now we will see Upasana yoga. It is not enough if my mind is pure. My mind's action, that is the attention span of mind, should be broad. It should be longer. It should be for longer period. So my concentration power also should be tremendous, especially for understanding Vedanta Shastram, to understand my real self, which is the most subtle in this universe. All the material sciences, that is physics, chemistry, biology, medicines, engineering, everything you take, they all deal with only matter. It is all material. So it is relatively easy because you have the object in front of you. Either you can see the object with your normal eyes or with microscope or telescope, or anything is possible. But here we are dealing with the most subtle spiritual knowledge. Tattvajnanam, Atmajnanam, Brahmajnanam. So it is not at all easy. In order to understand this Vedanta Shastra, one has to have a pure mind and a mind which can concentrate on minute things for a long time. So Upasana yoga helps in concentration. It is a program scheme to make our personality fit for accomplishing these fourfold goals. Not only mind is the central part, but because, as I explained, mind is very subtle, it is very difficult to control the mind directly. Therefore, our scriptures teach us, first of all, at the gross level, from the body level, you have to discipline your body, physical body, and then verbal level, then sense organ, sensory level, and then finally we will concentrate on mental discipline. So the whole personality has to be disciplined in order to have more concentration to the mind. In order to have more control on the mind, the whole personality should be taken care of. Like how a car should be roadworthy, a ship must be seaworthy, the personality also must be purusharthavarthi. That is, it should be capable of accomplishing the goals. So it is disciplining and integrating the personality. Why should we discipline our personality? Discipline is very important because we, the human beings, are bestowed with a lot of energy, powers by Bhagavan. Kriya Shakti, Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti. All these powers we have to conserve and we have to channelize properly, like a dam built across a river. The purpose of dam is to conserve excess water from flowing into river, from flowing into the ocean, and we can use the stored conserved water for many purposes like drinking, irrigation, for production of electricity, and so on. Similarly, because human beings are bestowed with a lot of energy, our scriptures also prescribe that you have to discipline your mind and channelize the mind properly. What are the principles of discipline? Quality control and quantity control. Moderation in everything we do is very, very important. This moderation is very important. Highest discipline, be it eating, it should be in moderate quantity and frequency also should be moderate, and be it fasting, it should also be moderate, be it working, should be moderate, be it resting, that also should be moderate. It cannot be continuous resting. So moderation is the name of the game. Our personality is so complex, so for the convenience of our discussion, we will take disciplines at 4 levels, 4 layers. Kayikam level, that is physical discipline. We have to pay attention to the physical health, the physical body. Physical activity is very important because unless you have a healthy body, one cannot achieve anything. It is the basic prerequisite for any achievement, either worldly achievement or spiritual achievement. Without a proper health, we cannot accomplish even sitting for few hours. Generally, we take our health for granted. We should understand the value, and generally we understand the value only when we lose it. Even for eating good food, we relish much. We need good health. And so, for spiritual growth also, we require good physical body. We have to follow discipline in food, in activity, and also in while taking rest. Remember moderation. So some of the things are physical exercise, go for a walk, go for jogging, or do some mild exercises and all those. You have to keep your physical body in the fitmost condition, in a fit condition. Then at Vachikam level, verbal discipline, Vak tapas, very important discipline. We must avoid arguments with others because it saves time and energy. Avoid gossip, avoid talk which is worthless from my perspective and for the listener's perspective also. When there is no value, better don't talk. Avoid rumors, and our speech must also be non-hurtful, qualitative standards also must be followed. It must be non-hurtful, and it must be polite, very humble, useful, and very importantly, our speech must be truthful. Most important virtue is Satyam, stepping stone to reach ultimate Bhagavan, ultimate truth, Brahman, which is the absolute truth, is only through empirical truth. Satyameva Satyam Jayate. Only through empirical truth one can reach the absolute Brahman. Sensory discipline. Sense organs are like open doors, gateways through which the whole world enters my mind, and they pollute my mind also, in the form of sound through ears, touch through skin, in the form of colors through eyes, in the form of taste through tongue, in the form of smell through nose. Some sense organs can be closed by me, some of them cannot be closed at all. And even if I can close only for few minutes, few hours, or not all the time I can close them. Sense organs are open, and I get into external world, whether I like it or not. The whole matters enter through my mind, capable of disturbing and polluting my mind. Therefore, I should be very, very careful. So, discipline of sense organs is very important. Thus, avoidance of unhealthy atmosphere is sensory discipline. Even the so-called healthy things, I should avoid overdoing. Once again, moderation. Swami Chinmayananda very nicely says, put a notice board, put a board saying no admission without permission. Don't make your mind a public toilet and get it dirty. This is sense discipline. A life of alertness and discrimination is very important. Mental discipline. Finally, we will come to mental discipline. As we already discussed, mind is very subtle. Therefore, we have to take care of our physical health, Vak tapas, and then sensory discipline, and finally mental discipline. We can classify all forms of meditation. See, meditation is primarily meant for mental discipline. All forms of meditation into 4 types based on type of discipline that we want to inculcate in the mind. That is the aspect of mind that we want to handle. Relaxation meditation. Nowadays, this relaxation seems to be very important thanks to our lifestyle. So it has become extremely important, popular. It is the whole lifestyle. Our life is very stressful. It is very fast paced. People have no time for even eating. Thanks to globalization, people work under different time zones, all those. So in those days, this word is not heard of. People were having a relaxed life. There was no pressure from any angle. So they were generally relaxed and comfortable. Here, one has to take extra time to de-stress the mind. It is not distressed. Mind is already distressed. Therefore, I have to de-stress the mind. Many methods and techniques are available, have come up these days. Take a breath control. Sit in a proper place and proper posture for few minutes every day without doing any action. The mind also should not think unnecessarily. You should not allow wander the mind. The mind should not be allowed to wander here and there, because the swabhava, the nature of the mind is to go here and there. So instead of allowing the mind to go here and there, you visualize a beautiful garden or vast ocean or a huge mountain, nature, so that your mind gets relaxed. So nothing else to think except this nature. So it is one way of relax your mind. It is not about doing something, it is about not doing anything. I hope you understand the difference. Every day you practice sitting in one place and not do anything for 5 minutes to start with. It may appear to be easy, but once you start practicing, you will realize how difficult it is. That is sitting in one position without doing anything. People will start shaking their legs or bite their nails. So many things they will do. So it is very difficult, but one has to practice. Concentration meditation, some activity is given to the mind, like manasa puja, mental worship can be done, or mental japa or parayanam can be done by mind. It is always about Ishvara, Bhagavan. I train my mind to develop attention and increase the attention span, capacity to focus in a field for a length of time. It is important for any activity, material growth or for spiritual growth. It is important. Expansion meditation, where I learn to change my perspective. I look at anything that is vast. Where there is a tree, supposing I see a tree right in front of my eye, the tree looks very big. But the same tree appears so small when I look from the top of a mountain. The tree has not grown small, but my perspective has changed. Similarly, presently my ego is very big. Our problems seem to be very big. I presume myself to be a very big person, very important person, and if at all something happens to me, the whole world will cry and everything will come to a standstill. But if I learn to expand my mind and visualize the totality of creation, my perspective will change. With respect to the creation, our relative insignificance also will be understood. We have a wrong perspective with respect to our life and experiences, which lead to wrong conclusion also. Everything must be kept in its place. I will know my place only when I look at myself from the standpoint of totality. When I meditate upon the totality of creation, that is Virat Upasanam, Vishwarupa Ishvara Dhyanam, 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna sees Krishna not as a person but as a whole universe. So imagine the stars, galaxies, sky, solar system, planet, continent, countries, oceans, rivers, mountains, animals, human beings, and then in a country called India, in a city called Bangalore or Chennai, and that too in a small flat, in a small room, I am positioned. Therefore, my position will be made more clear to me only if I look at from a perspective of creation. The whole Jagat is so big, so vast. So I will learn to change my perspective. Then value meditation. Value meditation is something which which is very important. We have seen in depth, which I have seen in detail also. Now we will just go through. There is transformation meditation. I have to bring about a total transformation by changing my thought patterns. Hitherto I have not given any importance to my thought pattern. But we should remember our thought pattern determine my character, and my whole life journey depends on my thought pattern. So beautiful saying is there, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your action. Watch your action, they become your habit. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. Therefore, we started from the thought process. The thought is the subtlest seed, bijam, which determines your future. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. As you think, so you become. So your destiny, your future depends on your thought pattern. Very important. So if I have to transform my life, I have to transform my thought patterns. Then only I will become a transformed person. Supposing I keep thinking myself that I am a patient. I am a patient person. I am the embodiment of patience. I am the embodiment of peace, love, compassion, and so on. I go on repeating in my mind. Even mere mechanical repetition will bring about a gradual and finally enormous change in my whole approach, in my whole character, my whole destiny. So they say, fake it and then make it. With sincere effort, you change your thought patterns so that your destiny can be transformed. So this is about Karma Yoga and Upasana Yoga as a summary. So the next session we will see Jnana Yoga and Bhakti. With this, I conclude this session. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.